It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Sainsbury's. It's part of their Taste the Difference range, and this is their IPA. It's coming in at 5.9% ABV, and it's been contract brewed or brewed and bottled at Marston's Brewery for Sainsbury's. So I think what we have here, let's show you the bottle cap. What we have here is a relabeled first of all, let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. A relabeled Old Empire. That's what I was looking for. So Marston's doing Old Empire IPA. That comes in at around 5.9% ABV. So I think we're going to have a very similar beer here. But I remember back in the day when I reviewed Old Empire, probably 8 years ago now, I remember enjoying it. More of a traditional British IPA. So I'm looking forward to getting into this to see how my taste has changed over the years and whether I still like a traditional British IPA at 5.9% ABV. I think it's good that Marston's, they stuck with the 5.9% ABV. More of a traditional style of beer, a beer that would have gone all the way back to the India Pale Ales of old. It wasn't like influenced by America. A lot of regional breweries in the UK really dumbed down IPA over the years. IPA Smooths at 3.3% ABV can be bought here in South Wales. And that was never IPA. An IPA was never ever meant to be 3.3% ABV. Green King's IPA is about 3.4% ABV. So it's nice to see that Marston stuck with that. Hold on a minute. IPA is supposed to be around 6% ABV. So I've always had respect for that. Or respect for them for keeping the ABV. Or respecting the style of beer. We've got a 2-finger whitehead. Hazy. Slightly hazy. Good levels of carbonation. Let's get the aroma. Yeah, I like this. I do like this. I like the malt. I like the traditional British hops. This was never supposed to be an American IPA. I have an American IPA from Sainsbury's. It's brewed by Marston's again. American style IPA. So I'm ignoring the fact that American IPA is fantastic. That is fantastic. But what we got to remember here is us Brits have been brewing IPA, as I've just been talking about for the last few minutes, for hundreds and hundreds of years. In fact, we invented the style, but we wouldn't have brought this style through with American hops. American hops weren't invented back then. It was traditional British hops, and you're getting them in the aroma in abundance here. It really is spicy and peppery and lemony. I'm going to dive in. Cheers, everybody. Yes. Yes. I like it. There's something really good about Old Empire. It's one of the Marston's flagship beers that has not really been touched. It's been left to its own devices. It's been kept brewed. From what I'm tasting here, it definitely tastes like the original recipe, even from 8 years ago when I drank it. It's got fantastic drinkability. There is a zestiness in there. It's not as pronounced as the American hops, but there is a touch of orange peel, touch of lemon peel, a spiciness, a pepperiness, a good bitterness on the back end. And then you got the good malt qualities. The good malt qualities of this beer too. It's slightly biscuity and bready. Do you know, it's one of the breweries I've never been to. I've never been to Marston's. I would love to go to Marston's, to have a wander around Marston's. And I would probably just drink Old Empire. Or their oyster stout. Just drink their Old Empire and their oyster stout. Two cracking beers. Not so much pedigree. Not so much pedigree. I think pedigree has gone through some fundamental changes to just... Is the word adapt? Would the word adapt be the right word? I remember pedigree being a fantastic pint of beer. It really was. It's become your kind of... Marston's going forward... over the last few years have decided to open up almost like a fast food carvery chains of restaurants. You see them popping up by the side of football stadiums and places like that. They're bigger than a McDonald's, but it's the same format. It's the same throw the building up quick, get people in, carvery, off they go again. It's not like a regulars pub. And I suppose they've brewed or they've adapted pedigree to go along with that format. It's quick pint of pedigree, eat your carvery, off you go again. It's not go in, watch the football, drink 6 pints. It's not. They've moved away from that kind of that way of the pub, the way the pubs used to be. I suppose in city centres, I suppose Marston's pubs are still relatively the same. But we're talking about Old Empire. I'm happy that, yes, okay, they might have changed pedigree. They probably have changed pedigree, but they've left this alone. This is the message here. They've left this alone to be a good beer. Make no mistake. Okay, it's a saying. I bought it in Sainsbury's. Taste the difference. IPA. But make no mistake. This is 100% fundamentally Old Empire. Smells like it, looks like it. Lovely aroma, and it tastes great. Long may it continue. Fingers crossed, Old Empire stays as Old Empire forever. Because this is one of the most traditional, strong English IPAs without American hops that I feel can hold a candle to American IPAs, because it is such a good beer. It's got a lovely balance to it, a lovely spicy bitterness on the back end, nice sweet malts to begin with. It's a lovely brew. The bump on the back of the label would have been marketed by Sainsbury's. There's no real point. I suppose I could read it out quickly. This traditional IPA has fresh aromas of white flowers and citrus with a clean, bitter hop flavour. There we go. Rating for Sainsbury's IPA. Marston's Old Empire. I can't remember what I gave at Marston's Old Empire all those years ago, but I do like that. I like it. I fundamentally like it. I like the traditional aspect about the beer. I like it enough to give it a 9 out of 10. So 9 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.